Bitcoin, we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, as you can see, based on 1 hour chart, the price, I mean, in compared to our analysis, my last video, the price was here. We mentioned we're looking, if you want to look for continuation, we need to get the bigger correction. And as you can see, the price drop. And if we mentioned, if we get any short move with the flag, we can look for sell. Based on 1 hour chart, we didn't have anything. The only way was to trade based on 15 minutes. Okay, and if anyone trade any of this, because you can see we had a running flat internally. Okay, now we want to see what's the next and how we can trade. Whether this is a bigger correction for continuation or still we can expect the price to turn to a deeper, similar to what we have here, correction. Okay, first of all, we start with forward chart. All right, we should know that if we want to look for continuation to break this top, technically we need to get a bigger correction, and especially if this one turns to a deeper correction, as we mentioned, it can give us better confirmation to look for breakout of the top. Okay, the reason I'm mentioning these things is, as we can see, this is the 58 is the highest price for the Bitcoin. All right, and we don't want to buy at this top and the price drop. Why? Made this one, because if this is the one is going to break out, we mentioned that means this is the only correction. And how about if this one turn to the bigger correction before we get next move? That's why if you want to buy here, we should be aware of the next down move. Even we know that mostly whether here or at higher, we can get at least a deeper correction similar to what we have here. Okay, then we should be aware if you want to buy any, if you want to look for buy within this range, we should be quite careful that if the price drop, the possibility of breaking this one and continue even retest this low is there. All right. Now we want to see how we can trade it. If we move to 1 hour chart, first of all, based on 1 hour chart, if we put this one in relative to this, we can see even MACD and the other one. The second indicator show us the divergence. Mostly was so clear that this one can give us, that can drop. Now we want to see how we can look at this. Okay, whether we can put this one in relative to each other as a running flat for continuation, or this is the start of the down move to give us a bigger, deeper correction. Why? We have the second option. If you look at this correction, we get the price give a sharp down, reverse breakout of the top, divergence. Can we expect to get this? That means if we get any correction, we can expect the price to drop. Okay. First of all, if anyone wants to, they cannot sell right now. If they want to sell, they should get the proper correction for sell setup. And even if we want to look for buy, we should know we have two options how we can trade it. First of all, if this one become a deeper, as long as the price haven't broke this low, which is 53k, okay, we consider as a 53k, then still we can look for running flat. But if the price broke, then we have expanding flat, which need to be quite careful. Okay, now what I want to say is that if we want to look for buy, first of all, if this one turns to a deeper correction, can give us better confirmation. But if we want to look for buy from here, at least we need to get the reversal sharp move flag with the breakout of the top. But the only question is, can we get any good trade setup with the sharp move flag within this range or not? Okay, or maybe we should have entry above the top if there is a sharp reversal from here. All right, in this case, we move to 15 minutes. Okay, as we can see, based on 15 minutes, I think, I mean, for me, if to put this one in relative to this, is not really in term of the length and the way it's moving is not really match. Okay, that's why I'm thinking buying here, still we can expect the price to drop one more. I mean, if the price drop more, it can give us a bit, it's better for us to look for buy rather than buying here. Because even if you want to look for buy from here, even if you put our trend line here, how we can get the trade? Any sharp move flag? We need to see whether the sharp move of flag can confirm for the continuation or not. And the another option, as I mentioned, having entry above the top. All right, the top is 57390. Okay, but the question is, how about if the price sharply take and reverse? Then we are in the trade at the top. Okay, because I mentioned based on the forward chart, may we expect to get the deeper correction. We don't want to buy here and then the price drop, break the trend line and continuation. Okay, that's why if you want to look for buy, still we have to wait. The best thing is we get a deeper correction. If there is a reversal from here, at least we need to get the sharp move flag, whether to be the breakout of this trend line or even above this top is better. That means if the price sharply break, give a correction, we can look for buy. Having entry above the top can be option. I think this is the only option because to get the entry bid in this is not that easy. Mostly we cannot get unless we trade based on lower time frame. In that case, having entry above this, we need to be really careful. If the price tag and reverse, that's mean if I mean what we want the price tag and continue. If tag within 1 hour, maximum 2 hours, we see is not moving, we don't stay with the trade. We take over the trade. By the way, we will be more interested if this one turn to a deeper correction. But right now, because what we have right now, I don't think so we can get a really good trade setup for buy. The only thing is we can look for this one and we see how we can get the trade. Anyway, we don't have any trade setup right now. We just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.